Whew, there you have it, guys. Newcastle win 2-1 on the road at Spurs. That was a long 13 minutes of extra time of watching Newcastle defend. You could argue it was a long 58-minute second half of watching Newcastle defend. We were all over them in the first half. Second half, we had to just get it over the line. They brought on substitutes. Madison, Son came on, caused us a hell of a lot of trouble. Newcastle were getting tired legs, but we did it. And I tell you what, that's it, six wins in 6 games for us now. It's not too bad, is it? And every game is like a different win. Like, you look at the Leicester game, we went out there, scored 4 goals, we didn't have to do any defending, we just ran all over them. This game took real, grit. It's 58 minutes is a long time to defend and hold on to your lead, and there was some individuals in there who, I thought Byrne was great today. Botman back was a little bit rusty, but it's great to have him in the side. Dubravka, anyone? He is. I would still argue that, he isn't the shot stopper of Nick Pope, but what he gives you is just safety. He catches the ball. He's a lot more composed and cool. There wasn't loads of... and that's what we'll get onto in this video, though. Fair enough, Spurs had a lot of the ball in the second half, but then, other than a couple of occasions where Madison cuts inside and whips it round the post and a Solanke header just over the bar, generally speaking, and that they went wide. So Dubravka wouldn't have probably saved them if they were on target anyway, but he catches the ball. Nick Pope isn't doing that right now. He's okay with his feet. Nick Pope isn't that right now. He is just creating that little bit of cool at the back. The midfield three of Tonali, Bruno and Joe Linton, by the way, just is working so well. Joe Linton's kicking everyone all over. Tonali's just positional sense is so good, intercepting balls to not let Spurs get through. And then Bruno's the man who can just pick it up and just... I think with 4 minutes left to go, everyone's legs are like jelly, and the three of them are playing little knitted passes to each other in the corner. What am I worried about? Yeah, I've just won 100 quid off a bet as well, by the way. I had on Murphy score assist, ISAK score, Joe Linton card, and Newcastle win. 10-1. Thank you very much. So I wasn't just scared for the result, I was scared for me bet at the end there as well. But yes, we are definitely on a roll. Eddie Howe spoke about the fact in his press conference that Newcastle would be rolling into this one with confidence. Let's do that again. Going into the game, also in London against Arsenal in this first leg of the Carabao Cup final. But as I say, the lineups come out, the game gets started, and Spurs score straight away. Yeah, that was like us. We're the team who's normally scoring early, and we did score early today, just not quite as early as they did. Whip ball comes across, and again, Botman, Mark and Solanke, it's a 1v1, it's striker versus centre-back, and Solanke does get the better of Botman, and in fairness, Solanke was winning most of the headers today. Even when Botman went off, he continued to do so. So I don't want to throw it straight on Botman. I mean, he's literally a minute and a half back into playing after 8 months out. I'll give him a bit of the benefit of the doubt that he's going to be a little bit rusty there. But Solanke wiggles his way around, puts the head on the ball, and you're thinking, oh, for God's sake. But one thing you can say with, I think, Spurs right now, because of the fact that they are so open at the back and have a lot of, obviously, illness, injuries. I didn't recognise half of their back line, to be honest, or the brand new goalie that they've got in as well. But with us as well, though, we weren't going to stop. We continued to press. It only took 5 minutes for Gordon to put the ball in the back of the net. And then from that point on, and pretty much throughout the whole of the first half, it was all us. Spurs couldn't get into it. There was obviously controversy with the Gordon goal because it hit Joe Linton on the arm as we were pressuring them. I mean, his arm is here. How do you show this on camera? It is literally by his side, dangling down. It looks bad because when the ball hits him, it makes such a bloody ricochet that it makes it look like his arm was further away, but it wasn't. It was in there. And I think it would be harsh to have called the goal off, although I'm saying that with my massive Newcastle badge on my shirt. So yeah, they probably thought differently of that, but I didn't think it was to be stopped. And then, as I say, for the rest of the first half, it was all us. We had all of the ball. It was just at that point, we need to score a goal. You don't want to get into half-time and it for still be 1-1. And we were creating chances. Gordon had one that he slashed that over the bar when he was pretty much free in the box. Murphy had a cross-field ball that ISAK got his toe on and turned it round the post. And you're thinking, come on. And then literally a minute later, they did exactly the same thing again. Murphy wasn't hugely involved in the game. Well, it's hard because second half really, other than defending, we didn't have loads going forward. But making the chances count when you get them. And ISAK kind of turning it in off the defender a little bit to make it 2-1 at half-time was perfect for us. And to be honest, I knew Spurs had some players on the bench, but I expected us to come out second half and basically just walk away with it. But that was not the case. They did come out. They made themselves heard. And from the moment Maddison and Son came on the pitch with fresh legs, I think we felt that today. That's one thing that, I'm not going to argue with Eddie Howe because we won 2-1, but you could tell we were taking a battering and we just didn't really have the players on the bench to bring on when we could have done. I mean, that midfield three of Tonali, Bruno and Joe Linton was working so well. We were stopping them from scoring goals. Are you really going to risk it by taking one of them out? And he did do it in the end. Late on, he brought Longstaff on. But I think the three of them looked shattered for ages and we just continued to... I think Longstaff pretty much came on as like a time wasting at the end because he just didn't want to change it. I think that's one thing we need to try and... It's getting busy, I think we've got 4 games in the next 2 weeks. Game against Arsenal and 3 home games in I think about 6 days. We're going to struggle to play that same team every single time. That's why we want to see the likes of Miley getting more involved. We did see Barnes come on today, but I think that's why this January window is important because we need to add to the squad. We need to build more players that can be relied upon. And it does take time and we are getting there and it's the process and it's everything else. But we found our place in a fantastic position, having beaten rivals who you would assume would be looking to get European football this season, like Spurs, like Manchester United, just in the last couple of games. We'll have to keep pressing and getting it right. And thankfully for us today, we're held on, we're defended hard. Maddison with a free kick, Maddison round the corner from Dubravka. Tino Livramento, by the way, was spot on. I think it took about 80 minutes before they finally put a ball in from his side of the pitch. So, yes, fantastic first half on the front foot, making things happen. It was getting frustrating to watch in the second half because we just couldn't get the ball back. We couldn't make something work out of it. But if you're not going to get the ball back, the best you can do is defend and make sure they don't score. And as I say, Spurs are a good side. They've got good players. They brought good players on and we're held on. And we'll take the win and we'll move on. And Arsenal's a big game on Tuesday. And then it's 3 massively winnable games at home. I think is it Wolves, Bournemouth? No, it's Bromley in the Cup. Then it's Wolves and Bournemouth. So look at 3 games at home there that we are no doubt favourites for. But we've got to get through Arsenal on Tuesday first. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know your man of the match in the comments. It's really tough because it was 2 different games. I think first half, I think Joe Linton was really good today. I think Tino Livramento was outstanding. Actually, I think he gets often overshadowed by how good Lewis Hall is. I think defensively, Tino Livramento was possibly one of the best out there today. And then obviously the main man, Alexander Isak, when he's scoring goals, you can't deny him. So thoughts and comments down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Loads of videos coming with so much football right now and the January transfer window. So don't miss out. And I'll catch you later.